Hello my friends, and welcome back to another English adventure, because that's what learning a new language really is, an adventure. So today I'm going to take you guys on an English adventure. This little creek, we call it, a creek is like a small river, is in my backyard. My house is up there, and normally this creek no tiene nada de agua. There's hardly any water in here. But we've been getting a lot of rain, and as you can see, it looks like a river now. So I have no idea where this little creek goes in the city, where it'll end up, but my son's at school. I have several hours to myself, so I'm gonna take my GoPro camera and take you guys, and we are going to go on my kayak. Go on my kayak and have an adventure. See where it takes us. All right guys, let me get my kayak and then we will start this journey. All right guys, got my kayak. We're ready to start this adventure. Let's check out our gear. This is called a kayak. This is called an oar. We're gonna put the oar together like this. That's our oar, and you use an oar to row. Okay? Let's get this baby in the water. So I'm gonna attach my GoPro to this spot right here, so that you guys will be able to see me. Let's see. When I sit there, I'll adjust it when I sit down. But first, let's get in the water. Alright guys, we are moving. Alright, current is pretty strong. I'm going to set my seat up. Okay. Alright guys, we're out here. We're moving. I'm dirty already, but that's okay. Have an adventure, boys and girls. I'm excited to see where this goes. And I'm gonna get a good workout by rowing. So, this is moving pretty quick, guys. I hope I get to see some pretty wildlife out here, some cool animals. Guys, would you believe it? My wife said I was gonna get stuck because she thought there wasn't enough water out here. Mi baby de poca fe. We aren't getting stuck, we're going on an adventure. Alright, so let me tell you guys something. I'm gonna try and talk about several different things. But first, let me talk a little bit about this kayak. I bought this kayak when everything was happening in COVID-19 because, you know, I was bored. Couldn't really do much, so I bought this kayak and I started going out with it every now and then. Oh, okay, we got our first challenge, guys. There's a tree and it fell, so I'm gonna have to lean back to get under it, but we're not gonna let anything stop us. Oh, it's gonna be tight. All right. guys, our first test has been passed. Adventure, guys. Woo. All right, this creek is fast, guys. The water's moving very fast, and it can be narrow, so it may be a bit difficult. But we're up for the challenge, right, guys? We are ready for the challenge. All right. So I bought this kayak probably in 2020, and I only used it a few times because it can be a little bit difficult to, you know, put it on top of your car and carry it. Oh man. All right, there's some trees in the way. We're gonna have to see if we can get over them. All right, how are we gonna do this? We're not gonna let anything stop us, guys. We're going one way or the other. Give me just a minute and I'll tell you guys the story of the kayak. Alright. We're moving. Maybe you guys could see behind me there's a bunch of trees in the creek, but I don't know if people put them there or beavers put them there, but nothing's gonna stop us. All right, so I bought this kayak, used it a few times, took it fishing a few times, and a couple months before my buddy Ernie died, he said he wanted to buy it from me. So I sold him this kayak for $240, I think. I probably paid like $300 or $400 for it a couple years ago, but he bought it from me and he never came and picked it up because he was busy working, etc., etc. He never came and got it, and that saddens me that he never got to enjoy the thing he bought. And yeah, kind of sucks he never got to use it. But I am happy that I got that sucker's money. Just kidding, guys. And if you guys knew Ernie, you would know that he would be laughing if I was joking about him. A sucker is somebody como fácil de engañar. So I'm saying like, oh, that he paid me and he never even got his kayak. Ernie would laugh at that. Just the kind of guy he was. So, interesting so far, guys. Nice little cruise. I don't see anybody out here. Don't hear anybody. Just me and the little creek. So, yeah, I'm gonna try and think of a couple more things to tell you guys about. Oh, I see a little duck. Pato, duck. Maybe I could beat him in a race. But the first thing I wanted to mention was the story about Ernie and this kayak. So this is actually Ernie's kayak. So you know what? I think I'm gonna name this kayak after my buddy Ernie. From now on until the end of time, this kayak is called the SS Ernie. That's something that a lot of, like in the military, they call boats the SS Eckies, SS Truman, Eisenhower, things like that. Well, this boat, guys, is called the SS Ernie. Alright, next thing I wanted to tell you guys about. 3 years and 2 days ago, I met a very special woman. And we go with some more trees. I met a very special woman 3 years ago. my beautiful little wife. And I've been wanting to tell you guys about it, the story of the day we met, because it's pretty interesting. And it's an important part of my journey because when I met her, she didn't speak English. So if I didn't learn Spanish, guys, I would have never met my wife. I would have never met her. I would have never been able to speak to her. I would have never been able to go on this date with her. Guys, I hear water. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, guys. Oh, man. It looks like it's gonna get a little tricky through here, guys. I hear the rapids. Oh man, guys. Uh-oh. And another downed tree. Alright guys, I'm stuck here for a minute. I'm going to talk to you because no matter what I do, this is going to be a tricky situation. So if I try and stand on this little tree and put my boat in the water, my boat might get away from me. And I didn't know about those rapids, so it's going to be hard to go back that way. So first I think we'll see if I could go really hard and get through that way. Let's see. And get back. Because I'm not going to let my wife be right and say that I got stuck out here. That would be so embarrassing. Alright guys, like Deadpool says, maximum effort. Get a hold of one of these branches, you might be able to make it. One thing I don't want to do is tip over the boat because I have my phone, my keys. We're gonna get off for a second. I'm gonna have to take my chances on land. Oh, this mission's getting dangerous, guys. Well, here we go. This might work. what to do, guys, what to do. Let me see if I can use the oar and my hand. Oh, guys, this is getting scary. Man, guys, my wife is gonna laugh at me. If I can get a hold of the tree, I think I'll be okay. Got a bunch of water in the boat. Alright guys, I guess what I might have to do is see what's up there. Oh man. Hopefully my boat will stay right there. I think I might have to take off my shoes and get in the water a little bit. Okay, so we've got a road up there. Guys, it's a bad idea. My wife was right. So if I could get the kayak up here, I could push it on shore and walk back a little bit that way. That may be what I have to do, guys. All right, let me put the GoPro down and I'll talk to you in a few. All right, guys, that was about a rough half an hour that I didn't have the camera on. I'm in the water. This water's super cold. I'm happy I've been doing my Wim Hof exercises. I think that was all the rapids. Rapids are when water goes crazy. I think we'll be able to make it through here. So I'm gonna hook back up. Try and get back on the kayak. Got my keys and my phone. I'm trying not to get wet. shoes are soaked. My shoes, I had to put them on because I didn't want to walk through the water barefoot and step on glass, or you know, I don't know if there's some animals in here that might bite. Trying to get the camera set back up. Alright guys, let me get out of here and then I'll set the camera up better. That might be awful. It's already trying to take me back. Alright guys, we're gonna have to go hard again. Get a workout. My wife is gonna laugh so hard when she sees this video. I told you, mi amor. Yeah, one. Just gotta get through this last little hard part and it should be alright. One last push to freedom, I think. Alright guys, and we made it. Whew. Alright guys, that was my adventure for the day. Got nice and dirty, nice and wet in this dirty water. Don't know what I look like right now, I don't care because I'm going home. We made it. Whew, alright. Alright guys. So now I still have to row against the current. I don't care about getting dirt in my hair because I gotta take a shower when I get home anyway. Alright, should be smooth sailing now. Anyway, what I was trying to say about my wife before I was rudely interrupted by crazy rapids. So when I met her, she didn't speak English. And there's actually a lot of funny stuff that happened when we first met. She was an au pair, como niñera, for this rich lady, this crazy rich lady. And the crazy rich lady didn't want her to leave the house at all. So we said that I'm her cousin, or her cousin's husband or something, and I came and got her. And then we went to a park that was nearby because she said she likes photography, and I said, okay, well, you could be my modelo entonces. So she was gonna show me how to use the camera. She was coqueteándome, les juro. She was flirting with me, showing me how to do the camera. And guys, that was just one of the best days of my life, meeting her, because you know you could tell when somebody's a good person when you first meet them. Obviously, I could tell she's a good person. She was telling me about her family. Hold up. Oh, guys, we got a little baby turtle. No? No, it's just a piece of wood. I was going to try and snatch up a little turtle. She was telling me about her family and how she helps take care of her nieces. And I could just tell she was a very kind and sweet person. And after we took pictures at the park and talked for probably an hour, hour and a half, we went and got some sushi. And guys, I cannot even begin to explain to you guys how cool I felt. How cool I felt having a date 100% in Spanish. Let me make sure the camera's at a good angle. Yeah, okay. So we had our first date. It was all in Spanish, and it was a great time. Like I said, it was one of the nicest times I've had in my life because I connected with this person instantly. And I felt so cool, guys, for talking to this beautiful girl from a different country in a different language. Obviously, I've never had a date in Spanish before, so it was a super cool experience for me. We went and got some sushi, we had some wine. She took like 2 traguititos, and she was dizzy. So I was like, okay, now I know that she's a good girl because she can't even handle 2 sips of wine. So, you know, I don't know where you live, but here where I live, a lot of these women drink a lot. Okay, they drink a lot of alcohol, and they could drink a whole bottle of wine, some of them, and be okay. So when I saw her drinking 2 sips and saying, "Oh, me siento rara," I knew. I was like, okay, that's good, because that means this girl does not drink alcohol. And you know, there's nothing wrong with having a beer or a nice glass of wine, but I know that where I'm at in my life, I cannot be with somebody who drinks a lot of alcohol. I need somebody stable, responsible, mentally healthy. So that was a big plus for me. So, oh, one other funny thing. She was going through a tough time in her life right then, okay? This lady that she was working for was really kind of loca, and she was very mean to her because she didn't speak English. So she was having a really tough time here in the US. So much so that she was thinking about going back home. And then we started messaging. We met on an app, started messaging. She would message me all the time because she was in love with me from the moment she texted me. She'll say she wasn't, but I know she was. And we talked about my son, her nieces, things we like to do. Then we decided to take a date. I had to go and break her out of the crazy lady's house. Excuse me, guys. And then, I went to pick her up, and I was wearing nice clothes, guys. I was wearing a shirt with buttons, nice pants, some really nice boots, because I was like, okay, well, in this girl's pictures, she's gorgeous. I gotta look good. So I did my hair real nice, put on my cologne, and I went to go get her, and this girl comes out in sweatpants. She comes out in sweatpants and a hoodie. But so I was like, and then she saw me all dressed up. She was like, oh no, you're using nice clothes and I'm wearing this, oh no. But she said she didn't have clean clothes and everything was stressful in that moment for her, and she probably didn't want to get dressed all fancy and then have the lady say, well, where are you going? But it's okay, because I thought she looked cute in her sweatpants. So that date went good, and I think it was a couple weeks before we saw each other again. And the next time we saw each other, she came wearing a beautiful little dress, and I think I was wearing just some nice sports clothes. I don't remember what it was, but maybe just some sweatpants, because I was gonna get my revenge. All right, guys, here's another hard part I gotta get through real quick. Alright guys, a little branch under the water I gotta get over somehow. Alright. Okay. Oh, anyway, guys, I thought this was gonna be a lot easier adventure. I thought I'd be seeing cool stuff, but I thought I'd be nice and dry and clean on my kayak. Nope. Oh, I'm filthy dirty. I'm gonna need a shower so bad when I get home. Anyway, so the next time I picked her up, we went to this beautiful place in Chicago that had some little bosques, and it was by Lake Michigan. And I brought this GoPro, or no, it was my last GoPro, but I brought a GoPro, and I told her I want to give you an interview in Spanish, and I'll put the picture here, but I'll put a link down below to that interview. If you haven't seen that video, guys, it's probably my favorite video I've ever made. And you guys can just see, like, it's really cute, lindo. You can see two people kind of falling in love. And you know, we were smiling at everything we said and touching real lightly, flirting. Just a super cute video, guys. And you can see how my Spanish has changed. Alright. But yeah, that was the 3 years and 2 days ago I met that beautiful little woman. And a couple of you guys asked me for my 4,000 subscriber question and answer video that's coming here very shortly. We have 3,995 last time I checked, so it could be today, it could be tomorrow. You never know with these things. Some days you get a ton of subscribers, some days you hardly get any. I hope this video looks cool, guys. I hope that you can see and appreciate all the adventure I had to go through. But yeah, a couple of you guys asked me, how do you know when you've met the right woman for marriage? And my boy Juan, he asked me, how did you know that Ingrid was the one for you? And I can't wait, guys. I've been thinking about that answer, and I've got a lot of good advice for you guys, because the guys who asked me are Steven and Juan. They're both young guys, they're both single, and in the next few years they're probably going to be ready to make the most important choice of their life, and that is the woman who they choose to spend their lives with. In my opinion, that's one of the most important decisions a man will ever make. The person that he chooses to spend his life with, of course that goes the same for women. It's not about a husband or a wife, it's just the person who you choose to spend your life with is a very important decision. So, can't wait to answer that in a couple days, guys. That's super important. And I know you guys, the two of you, you guys are my buddies. And I know you guys are both wise, intelligent, thoughtful young men. And you'll have no problem finding a wonderful woman. I'm positive, because both you guys have so many cool things about you and really good personalities, so you won't have any problem there. But in a couple days when I make that video, I'm going to give you guys a detailed answer to those questions. So alright guys, it looks like I made it back to my house. Let me see if we could land this this kayak and I can get back on shore. Nothing matters now, I'm already wet. Already dirty, but let's just see the easiest way to get back on shore. Okay, this might be a good spot because I could grab onto something. Alright guys, home sweet home. Back to my house. This was fun, guys. I hope it turns out to be an interesting video for you guys. I know I won't be riding my kayak back here anymore. I'll have to find a safer place to take you guys out on a kayak adventure. Anyway, les quiero un montón. Espero que disfruten este video y nos vemos pronto.